58, and 64. Pivots 38, resistance at 45, 52, 58, and 64. Support below at 31, 23, 15, and 09. All right. Welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps. As you can see, the chart's on the right and the middle. The left-handed chart is a bond chart that we try to get some clues off of as what's going to happen or not. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to get some ideas, sometimes not, but it is what it is. So we are using the levels here as a guide to the day. Those are some of our setups that we have, our support resistance areas, and we can add to them, we can subtract from them, we can tweak them to adjust to the price action. Yesterday we had a couple adjustments as the market was trading because of the way the market reacted initially. And so it's a matter of understanding when to change the levels, when to add to them, how to adjust them a little bit. All those things come into play when you're trading. So if you look at the chat box area, you'll see the levels are imprinted there for you, or put up in text, whatever you want to say. And again, like I said, those are like a guide for us to use. So welcome. So we like to scalp these markets. The levels that we give out, we feel are inflection points because we don't think the markets go straight up or straight down. And we use those as scalping opportunities, usually about 2 or 3 point stops with the appropriate amount of profit targets. And those vary dependent on volatility. And right now, it seems like the volatility, they kind of sucked out of the market here after yesterday's rally. If you were here with us yesterday, we were trying to keep you long there. Early on in the morning, as the trade got really slow. But we were trying to keep you long because the price action kind of dictated that situation. And if you did, hopefully you were able to take advantage of the rally that we had yesterday afternoon or late afternoon. Can we repeat the levels again in the chat box, please? So we were trying to keep you long again. The reason was simply because of some price action dynamics that the market created for us, and gave us that opportunity to want to get long. Again, we are always waiting for the market to dictate what we're going to do. We don't guess. We try to have logical reasons for entering trades. And we are looking for the price action to help us, and also, like I said, the levels that we give out. So the combination of both. Yesterday we had a couple price levels that got triggered, and also the price action helped us stay long there in the late morning and take advantage of that rotation to the upside. But again, we had a reason for it. It's not like I made any of this stuff up. There was a logical reason why the market did what it did, and that's what we kind of do here. We kind of show you why to trade, reasons to trade, and give you confidence in executing those reasons. That's what we are trying to do here on an everyday basis. So if any of this stuff, if you're new to trading, welcome. This is an exciting field, obviously. And if you've been trading for a while and you want to maybe get some new setups and new opportunities, this is also a good place to be. As the market swiftly came down to our settlement price there, if you are trading it, maybe you took advantage of that little quick drop down and rotation back up. Again, there are reasons we would get in, get out. And, our job here is if you take our education course, is to help you find those reasons and then understand why they work, and then show you how to take advantage of them. So all these things are part of our what we do here, and in addition to this trading room that we have every morning, that you kind of hear me talk, and we kind of talk about the price action, and sometimes it's a lot more price action happening, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes the volatility gives us more opportunity to trade, and sometimes we talk about whatever comes out of my mouth. Sometimes it's exciting and fresh, and sometimes it's boring and stupid. But hey, that is what it is. It's what happens every day here. Because this is trading. Every day is a new day. We just never know. Like I keep saying that, every day is a new day. You got to take it as it comes. It's not like a 9-to-5 job where you're kind of, what's going to happen or not. But hey. All right. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Again, if you look at the chat box area, we are going to show you the levels that we've given out when the market opened up, and we use those as a guide, like I said. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. So we dipped down to our settlement price and rotated back up. We did not get up to our 45 level above. So I got up to 3.5 there. So in that area. So if you were a little concerned about that level, we'll make a little bit of an adjustment. And we'll see what happens here. All right, let's see what we can. Let's see here. All right, we're just kind of hanging around our pivot area, kind of going nowhere fast. Not so much a surprise. Let's see what else we can talk about. Let's see, first of all, if there's any numbers coming out at 9 o'clock here on the top of the hour. And again, if anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area. I have that window up so I can see your questions. You don't have to raise your hand or nothing. Just put them in the chat box area. Let's see. In 8:45, which is in about 6 minutes or so, the PMI is coming out. So keep that in mind. And 8 minutes, a little number, 6 minutes, I should say now. And then new home sales coming out at 9 o'clock at the top of the hour. So a couple fundamental concerns that might affect the market. Then there is going to be a Fed speak at 10 o'clock and another one at 3:30, but we don't have to worry about that one. These are all Chicago times already. So at 10 o'clock, there's a Fed speak. There's also going to be a 2-year auction results and a 5-year auction result. The 2-year is going to be out at 10:30. Not so much of a market mover there, but the 5-year with $61 billion auction could be a little bit of a market mover. I don't know, but that's coming out at 12 Chicago time. Probably affect financials more than it'll affect equities. and we'll see what happens there. So keep that in mind if you are trading. So we definitely have to remember the number coming out here in about 4 minutes, and then the top of the 9 o'clock number, and then we'll see after that in case somebody's at 10 o'clock. I mean, I don't, last time there was a big, Fed speak, he actually tanked the market a little bit, and then it came back yesterday. So you never know what these guys are going to say. So you just got to be prepared, at least understand that he could say something, who knows. All right, crypto shakeout, or is it the holder dam breaking? More than 50% plunge in prices of the Bitcoin since mid-April is having some in the Bitcoin in the crypto sphere panicking, while steadfast believers say the contraction is shaking out the paper hands. The debate follows Bitcoin's wild ride on Tuesday, which began by a heavy drop to below 30,000, then bouncing back up in an afternoon trade. At the time of this writing, Bitcoin is trading at 33,900, almost 34. Yeah, that is a crazy ride, right? Enjoy that if you're trading that. I'm not into that, but it's out there. The bull version of Bitcoin is very rough patches now. The technical picture in the current term doesn't look great, but we also have to keep in mind that Bitcoin makes most of its gains over 10 days in a single year. Oh, great to know. The idea is that below 30,000 now doesn't rule out the ability for this to create some really big gains before year end, potentially touching 100,000 or higher. That is a very bullish outlook. The bearish outlook, any meaningful break below 30,000 is going to take a lot of momentum players to throw in the towel. Therefore, even if Bitcoin is going to change the world over the long term, it does not mean it cannot fall back into teens over the short term. Great. Enjoy that trade. I'll just kind of watch. Globally, we're seeing a much more forceful crackdown on cryptocurrencies by governments, said some analysts. China is now leading this charge, and its directives coming all the way from the top means it's continue reverberating throughout the lower levels for a few more weeks to come. Great. All right. Market is range bound still. Support is down at 31. We do have a number coming out here in about 2 minutes, so keep that in mind if you're trading. We don't like to have any positions on when when numbers are released. Not our favorite play. So that's going to be released in about less than 2 minutes here. All right. We're just kind of hanging around our pivot here at 38, kind of going nowhere fast. We'll see what it does here when this number comes out. Maybe we get a little opportunity. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm here to trade the market, whatever it gives me, right? That's what I do. That's what we do. So take that into consideration. Just be patient and wait for the opportunities. You have to wait for the market to kind of present that opportunity to you. It's kind of tough to say. Yesterday, at least we had a good logical reason for the market to rally. At least we tried to get you along there early on in the late morning, and maybe you were able to take advantage of the rotation going forward. As we had that slow rally yesterday, which was painful to watch and trade. If you were trading, again, trading in the afternoon is not our forte. We focus more on the morning hours here, as there's going to be a number going to be released here momentarily. As you can see, it's not really a big number because there's still 100 lots up and down the order ticket, right? Nobody's really too concerned about it. you always know when there's a number is being released, and it might be important or might not be based on the fact that the bids and the offers completely dry up. And slowly upticking here a little bit. So I don't know, maybe a little bit bullish, maybe, I don't know, but hey, it's okay. We got resistance up at the 45 area. See what it wants to do up there. Again, like I said, if you got up to 3.5, and if you want to make an adjustment, you could do that against the 45 there, if you're so inclined. Again, we give you our levels, but doesn't mean that you have to take every trade that's out there, every level that's out there. There's times when you have to make adjustments, times when you have to tweak them, times when you have to adjust them a little bit based on the price action, and all these things to come into play here. So the beautiful thing about trading electronically is that you are given a choice, right? You're given a choice to trade. You don't have to trade if you don't want to, or if you feel that there is a reason not to, right? Or you can adjust it. All these things come into play here as traders. And again, that's probably because the last time the market got up to the 43.5 area, so it's a little bit more tenuous than it was. We would have liked it to rally a point more and then get us filled, but it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. Anybody has any questions? Like I said, feel free to put them in the chat box area. Now we await the 9 o'clock number, existing home sales. It's going to be released at some point in the next 13 minutes or so. The latest comments from Fed Chair Powell are continuing to assure markets after major averages closed higher on Tuesday, and the NASDAQ scored a fresh record high. Wow, it's nice. That's beautiful. The gains held overnight, and U.S. stock indexes futures marginally higher. The yield on the 10-year is down to, or is unchanged at 147. Not only did the Fed chair soothe investors who were worried about price pressures, he also said that fears of inflation alone would not be enough to prompt interest rate increases. So you got the other guy on Monday saying something, and then you got this guy on Wednesday saying something else. So, you know, but he's the head guy. I don't know. I'm just saying. The other guy said, oh, we got to worry about inflation. This guy said, no, we don't got to worry about inflation. So, and as the market goes up to these highs here again, who to follow, who to think, who not to follow. So we'll see what happens. We're slowly kind of hanging around our pivot area, kind of really going nowhere fast is really the objective here. Transitory, what we're seeing now, we believe, this is what he's saying yesterday, is inflation in particular categories of goods and services that are being directly affected by its unique historical events that none of us have ever lived through before. He told the Senate House Select Committee on Coronavirus Crisis. Inflation is being caused by extremely strong demand for labor, goods, and services compounded by a supply side caught a little bit flat-footed, though it is very, very unlikely the United States will see a 1970 style inflation. This is a precarious time. Stocks have gone to relatively long periods of time without any major pullback. or major sell-off, and there is a heightened sensitivity to every utterance from the Fed as it attempts to transition to the start of normalization, said some analysts. So the PMI is coming out, then we have new home sales coming out. All right. But we are hanging around our pivot here. Good job there, Robert. I don't know what trading the range, huh? Nice, nice. Microsoft joined Apple in the exclusive $2 trillion market cap club on Tuesday before pulling back as investors bet on long-term growth for both earnings and revenues. The two are the only American companies to ever have reached such a valuation, though other big tech names are close behind. Amazon is at 1.8 and Google is at 1.7. What is PIVNR? I don't know what that means. What is that? Where is that? Where do you see that? Oh, what is the pivot? No, okay, gotcha. Sorry. All right, we'll repeat the levels again for us in the chat box area, please. And then we shall get the levels and the pivots and the support and resistance. There they are. As again, the market is very, very subdued. Big day yesterday. Good. I'm glad you had a good day yesterday. Hopefully, we're trying to keep you along there in the morning. Let's see. The coronavirus pandemic helped boost Microsoft shares. Nice, very nice. During the stay-at-home trade of 2020, heavy demand was seen for Microsoft computers and enterprise software, Windows, gaming box, Xbox, and cloud computing platforms. Microsoft is also one of the only big tech giants to have so far avoided the latest wave of antitrust scrutiny from the American regulators. Maybe it already had its turn in 2001. That gives it more liberty to expand its products and flexibility regarding investments and acquisitions. All right, well, the new $2 trillion boy or girl, I guess. Right? I guess. Should say that. All right. Market is kind of just hanging. Going nowhere fast right now. Is range bound, as you can see. Patience is important. Support down at the 31. Resistance up at the 45, and the pivot here at 38, and it's just kind of trading on both sides of our pivot. So kind of going nowhere fast here. All right. Again, if anybody has any questions, good time to ask. Things are a little bit slow, so we can ask questions. And I wish I could tell you we were busy, but we're not. But hey, it's all right. Yesterday, we were busy yesterday. The day before, we're trading a lot. Today, it's a little bit slower, but hey, it's okay. Again, we like to average about 4 to 5 trades in the course of any day. And I think we can say we can average that over long term. Every day, again, brings its own set of dynamics, its own set of trade. And so, as traders, we have to just take that into consideration, and whatever's in front of us that day, we have to deal with. And obviously today is not one of our rip-roaring buckle up and let's trade days. It's one of our let's wait till something happens or we have an opportunity to trade. You'd be guessing here, it is trading in the range and it is bouncing around our pivot. So if you are, trading our pivot, you're doing okay with that. At least there's a reason to trade. Again, not the best reason, but hey, in my work, and some of our traders are just trading this little range. So, some people like the range game. I'm not, I don't advise the range game. I'm not one for it, but like I said, some of our traders kind of wait for the range game. They like the back and forth. And as long as you keep your stop in place and understand the risk, then that's okay. We are definitely range bound, and we do have a number coming out here in about 2 minutes. So, maybe something will happen then. And this is a bigger number than the first one, so maybe some volatility will get injected into the market. Who knows? As we swiftly come back up here to the top end of our range. Again, 45, but there's a number in about a minute. So play it, understand that there's some, we don't like to trade when there's a number out. So, keep that in mind as we are coming up here to the 45 area, but remember, 45 area, but remember there's a number in about less than a minute. All right, just kind of moseying on along here. All right, so we have this number coming out here. Even though the number's kind of bigger than the first one, they're not really taking anything off of the ladder ticket. They're just kind of keeping it the same. So as the number's out and nothing. Okay, that was exciting. You just never know with these numbers. That's the whole point here, right? We sometimes they create some volatility, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, nice. Very nice there, Peter. Nice trade for you.